had this college job, and while I was trying to get a degree so that I could, quote unquote, make more money, it became very discouraging when I started having this telemarketing job, talking to people that had been to college 30 years earlier. And they all kind of had the same thing in common. These people were excellent savers. Like it seemed to me that they were not even vacationing once a year. They were so good at 401k and IRA. And later I learned this phrase. It's called a money disorder. And there's actually a psychological designation. It's a disorder for people that are so good at saving that they're not living, and they're pinching so many pennies that they can't create memories.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that you have to have money to make memories, but for the most part, people, the better they are at saving, the longer they go saving, my experience is the more negative minded they tend to become. Because there's a certain amount of fun we need in life to enjoy life. And so they're setting aside their fun for maybe future down the road for a someday that may never, and I find usually never comes. But pessimism then turns into something worse and eventually into crotchetiness. And I find that these individuals, by the time they're in their 50s, they're unrecoverable. By their 60s, they have forfeited their last productive working years, and now they're doomed, which means that whatever they've saved, which on average, is a couple $100,000. And for someone who is a mega saver, maybe they've saved $1 million. But then they meet with their financial planner, and you know what they say? Oh, well, if you don't want to lose the principal because modern medicine is going to keep you around, you got to live off the interest. Well, what's the maximum amount of interest I can get on $1 million? Like, I'm a millionaire. Well, 3%, $30,000 a year. Wait, that's $2,600 a month. You're telling me that I'm accustomed to living off of $60,000, $80,000, or $90,000 a year because at 54, we'll hit our peak earning. And our peak earnings put us at just under $100,000 a year.
So they still can't take that vacation.
They still can't take the vacation because so now they're doomed to the next whatever decades. And by the way, that's not going to lengthen your life, being a negative, crotchety person that isn't enjoying life. So now they've lost their time to travel. They've lost their prime. They've lost their ability to work and compete in the marketplace. And they have to find a way to just get by with a scratch of what they're accustomed to.
But Chris, on top of that annuity, they have Social Security.
Sure. Go ahead. Throw in a couple grand there. Yes. I'm rich.